Good evening, good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to our pre-recorded Shabbat virtual service and message. I hope you will enjoy this. The picture behind you of the sanctuary, it is just the picture. I'm not sitting in the sanctuary, but I'm more and more amazed every day as to what modern technology can bring to us. In these very difficult days, we use whatever we possibly can to connect with the members of the congregation to let you know that we are still here for you. We will begin the service this evening with the singing of Kol Hanshama. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace, born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. We continue with the singing of Al Shlosha Dvarim. Let us continue now with the singing of the Baruch Hu. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever. This next reading is on page 31 in Mishkan Tefillah. It is one of the alternate readings that we seldom use, but I think it's very appropriate at this time. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv arabim. We now continue with the Shema. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavcha, u'v'chol nafshecha, u'v'chol me'odecha. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work. Whether you are tired or whether you are rested, let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. We continue now with the tefillah.
בחייך כל אתה, רב להושיע מוריד הטל. נגייך בחסד, נגייך
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. We continue with the singing of Ritzeh. Grant abundant peace to Israel, your people forever. For you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and moment with your peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael, Shalom. Let us continue with a few moments of private silent prayer. We continue with prayers for healing. Misha Berach Avotenu ve'imotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yivarech et hacholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. Let me mention in particular Ruth Pagursky, Alana Gordon, George Bardos, Martin Ross, Peter Roth, Merrill Goldman, Andrew Lerman, Eileen Egan, Marvin Black, Maggie Brenner, Joshua Harand, Ruth Engman, Dorothy Jacobson, B. Einstein, Ralph Einstein, Katie Pastor, Trudy Caruso, Zachary Pastor, Douglas Baker, Sherry and Danny Bear, Rebecca Letkoff. And those of you who have additional names you would like to mention, say them now, and we'll wait a few moments. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us all say Amen as we sing the Mishaberach for those who are ill, and let us sing together. Please be patient during a technical difficulty. That was the special surprise we had for you this evening. It took an enormous amount of work, technical innovation. This is a new experience for all of us. And I need to tell you, we need to be patient with ourselves as we try to produce these services, these programs, these messages for you. Over the past week, I have had the opportunity of taking advantage of comparable programs on an educational level put on by two of the major Jewish seminaries in this country, the Hebrew Union College and the Jewish Theological Seminary. In both cases, there were technical difficulties. We're all new at this. This could be our first, our second, our third Zoom experience. For those of us at Temple Beth Israel, we're doing it over a month now. And each time, I hope we're doing something different and in addition to what we did before. We don't have the professional equipment. We don't have the professional technicians. And the next word is yet. We are working on it. And we have to be prepared to open our minds to new modes of expression. And when you experiment, you are inevitably going to make a mistake. If you're afraid to make a mistake, you're not going to do anything new. So we applaud the efforts of Anne and the choir. We make special mention of Kai, and we want to praise her for all that she has done, especially with our Shabbat morning service. And don't forget, we're having a service Shabbat morning as well. We want to thank Allison and Mark. We want to thank all the members of the choir whose voices you have the opportunity to hear tonight, and that wasn't easy to do. I also want to express a special thanks to Corin, who put together so much of the technical aspects of this and even made sure that we have the picture of the sanctuary behind us. One of the things we're looking forward to, I am planning to record and make available my Tuesday morning class. And that class usually meets in the Temple Library. Well, we're hoping, again, no promises, we're hoping to have a picture of the library in the background. We all make plans. We say we know where we're going to be tomorrow or the next day, and so many plans right now have had to change. Many traditional Jews won't say, I will see you tomorrow. They'll say, I'll see you tomorrow, im yirtzeh Hashem, if God wills it, if it works out that way. And some people sort of contract it all into one word, mitzvah Hashem. We don't know what the future is going to be, and we have certainly been taught a lesson most recently. Those of us who were so confident that when we went to the grocery store, we could find what we were looking for, and now shelves are empty. Those of us who felt, oh, we'll go out for dinner tonight. What restaurant will we choose? It's a different story today. There are businesses that are struggling to stay afloat. There are individuals who are in desperate shape. We don't know what the future is going to be, and it is absurd to say, oh, by July the 1st, August the 1st, September the 1st, everything will be in order. The Sarasota County School District sent out a survey to parents, I think it was just yesterday, and asking, would you be more comfortable if the school year started a little later this year, maybe after Labor Day? We said yes, and maybe after Labor Day could be right after Labor Day or significantly later. We have to make sure that we protect ourselves and those around us. We need to, for example, cover our faces, wear our masks if they are the real thing or if they're homemade. And if we're so arrogant as to think we will never get ill, and that's arrogance, we make sure that if we are carriers, and we may not know that we're carriers, we don't spread it to other people. I can't say this often enough. We are, as individuals, responsible not just for ourselves, but for the larger world. It is an obligation. and we have to make distinctions. We can't do whatever we want. Now, when we finish the celebration of Pesach, of Passover, we speak so often of the term freedom. It is, to be sure, freedom from slavery. But that's only part of the story. What happens after that? Our people went to Sinai to receive the Torah, understood traditionally as directions, laws, instructions on how you live your life. We can't just decide we want our freedom and we want to do everything we want. Try it. There are too many limitations. Will be a rude awakening very soon. So what I'm suggesting is this. We make the best of the situation we're in. We celebrate what we can do. If you can't get the exact kind of mustard that you need at the supermarket, choose another kind. And choose other things that can be helpful to other people. We do new things. Trivial example. Our family picked up a prescription the other day by going through the drive-through lane at the pharmacy. I'd never done it before. Was it a big deal, a new experience? It was something new and different, and I was willing to do something different. I am pleased with the progress that we have made in these recordings and these broadcasts of services and classes. Are they perfect? Of course not. But nothing is perfect. However, we are learning new skills, and these new skills will help us in the future and make it possible for us to communicate with members of the congregation who perhaps for whatever reason, illness, transportation, who knows, couldn't come to services in the past. So give us your support, give us your moral support, keep supporting the congregation through these difficult days. Make an extra effort to keep a business or a person afloat in these challenging times. And may we be blessed by God with the strength to tough it out through these difficult days. All of us have faced the reality that there are people we know who have died because of the coronavirus. I just found out about somebody else the other day, another rabbinic colleague. It saddens us, and we must do everything we possibly can to make sure that the number of those who die, that number is reduced. May, again, God give us the strength to continue in that struggle. At this point, we're going to continue with part of our service, and we will continue with the singing of the adoration. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We mentioned the recently departed Morton Skirbo, Earl Gordon, Claudine Siegel, Everett Barrett, Teresa Blumberg, Marlena Frank, Stanley Greisman, Isaiah Cooperstein, Rabbi Ken Roseman. We remember those whose yahrzeits occur at this time: Robert Bernard, Ida Bloom, Joseph Burston, Joseph Cohen, Ralph Cohen, Ann Emmerman, Irving Golden, Reba Green, Lawrence Green, Theodore Greenwald, Barnett Grossman, Arthur Herman, Ben Colber, Eric Kummel, Ellen Kushin, Ben Lebo, Seymour Pilat, Earl Polinsky, Ed Shapiro, Marvin Siegel, Jeffrey Solomon, Dorothy Victor. And again, we pause for a few moments to mention the names of those other friends, family members who have passed away or whose yahrzeits occur at this time. May their memories stay alive in our hearts and our thoughts and our deeds. As we turn to the Kaddish, Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach cherutei, ve'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, b'gala u'bizman kariv ve'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'almei almaya, yitbarach ve'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal, shmei dekutsha brechu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran ve'alma ve'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya, v'chayim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, alenu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, Amen. And while we emphasize remembering those who are no longer with us, let us also celebrate those who have birthdays coming up in the next week: Ed Sobel, Patricia Barron, Jay Moscow, Judith Rogers, Stuart Sinai, Judy Tobias, Bonnie Wilder, Ethan Newman, Merle Greenwald, Michael Cohen. And we celebrate with those who are celebrating their wedding anniversaries in the coming week: Lois and Len Fishman, Carol and Iris Singer, Susan and Jeffrey Schwartz. And anyone else who is celebrating, happy birthday, happy anniversary. We celebrate life. We don't just commemorate death. May the week ahead be a better week for all of us. We will conclude this evening with the singing of Adon Olam. A reminder, we have Torah study and a service tomorrow morning, and my class on Tuesday morning. May this week, as I said, be a good week for us, and may we all be healthy and safe. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha, v'yasem lecha shalom. May the Eternal One bless you and keep you. May the light of the Eternal One shine upon you and be gracious to you. May you feel the presence of the Eternal One within you always, and may you find peace. Good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.